I'm continually inspired by nature, and the rainbow is one of nature's greatest optical phenomenons. The sighting of a rainbow never fails to bring a smile to people's faces. They signify optimism and positivity. With them comes the sunshine after the rain. Leather has a real durability and functionality. No woman can wear prints all the time. I am shocked and deeply saddened by McQueen's death. He was a genius, and his talent was second to none. Like many others, I always cited him as a hugely inspirational leader of world fashion. He will be greatly missed. The peacock has become one of my regular sources of inspiration from nature. We're not waiting for the fashion cycle to have 180 buyers come in and see the collection and go, "We like it, we'll buy it, and we'll have it in June." The only one we're selling to is Net-a-Porter, and the rest is through our site. My clothes and my interiors are about making people smile. I love the fact that H&M has created a new phenomenon in fashion through the pioneering concept of collaborating with high-end designers to create one-off limited edition capsule collections. I am thrilled that my creations for H&M will be accessible to, and hopefully enjoyed by, so many people around the world. Everything I've designed is intended not to match perfectly but to sit together in harmony, to add flair and personality to any room. I'm not one to pat myself on my back, but I have had a career for 20 years, and if people are interested in how I did it or if I can give any advice, then that's lovely. I've always felt like a designer of lifestyle that has a certain spirit and bohemian quality. I think the woman who buys my dress also wants a beautiful pillow. Louise Wilson told me she wanted to see more of the 1997 show, and so I needed to reissue that. I've been fascinated with interior design for as long as I can remember. Developing a new designer coloring book with Lawrence King has been a real passion project of mine. Pucci was always my favorite brand when I was in college. It has a similar DNA as my label, both in the sexy, uplifting point of view and in the use of color and surface pattern. I think there needs to be extremes in fashion, and Pucci offers another choice. In a digital age, I still love sending and receiving cards, handwriting notes, and wrapping gifts. I think Galliano returning to London Fashion Week at some point would be hugely well received by the industry. I grew up in the dark ages, pre-digital, when everyone would wait for a magazine each month to see these models who became legendary and iconic, like Kate Moss. It's just fantastic to have someone like the Duchess of Cambridge wear the brand. I think there are often misconceptions about who the brand is for, but it's not just a 20-year-old blonde girl on the beach, and Kate is testament to that. I always wanted to be a designer and always felt surprised as a child, and my sister used to deliberate about whether to be a nurse or a teacher. Never shop alone for your bridal dress. Take a friend and bring a camera to take a picture of you. Make sure to get a picture of the back view. That's the part of the dress most people are going to see for the longest time. I've only dealt with fabulous brides. I did candles because I wanted a candle to put in my home. I couldn't find one I liked. I wanted to create a bridal collection that is both a natural extension of the mainline evening wear but, at the same time, reflects the opulence of such an important celebratory event. Debenhams has a strong track record for developing exclusive designer brands. Madonna is untouchable. She is absolutely lovely. On a personal level, she's everything you would expect. She's so down to earth. London has a very specific kind of style. It's very different to Milan, Paris, and New York. It's nice having that personality that we haven't lost. It's the English quirky style that people like to see when they come to Fashion Week. I'm an independent fashion house. My parents knew there was no point in pushing the football thing. I hated the boots. I got my fair share of stick, but I surrounded myself with fabulous girls, and they all loved me because I made them clothes. I remember making them all leopard print tops and tartan skirts for a party we went to once. It's scary to think about it now, actually. London Fashion Week has always been very special to me. My design philosophy is to make women feel like peacocks. I'm drawn to the way Havaianas capture playfulness and lightheartedness in their products. There is clearly an element of fun. In England, it's always raining, and I feel like I'm expert in that field. As the label has developed over the years, more and more structure and tailored pieces have been added, and so, whilst the core values of the brand have remained, I feel it's important to try new things and add more layers and dimensions to a collection every season. I guess I will always be known as a designer who references Ibiza, even though I've only been to the island a couple of times in my early 20s. I love taking elements and colors from nature and then distorting them somehow. I've been to most parts of India over the years, but Jaipur is my favorite city. Inspiration can be found at every turn. It's always better when traveling to be in a place where your friends know the area well. I had a whistle-stop tour of Havana in a horse and carriage and couldn't stop taking photographs of the decaying yet enchanting buildings and people. I try to go to Marrakesh if there's a bank holiday weekend. It was a privilege to work with Ballantyne, an iconic brand possessing such a rich British heritage. Ballantyne has a great appreciation of style and craftsmanship which truly complements the Matthew Williamson brand. I wanted to explore the 70s idea of the ideal futuristic woman, so I watched cheesy films like Weird Science and more dodgy things like Star Trek, Barbarella, and Logan's Run. I'm curious about the mix of the effortless bohemian thing with the very modern. I wasn't inspired by lunatic asylums or anything like that. Of course, I owe so much of my success to my parents. Creating a bridal wear collection was a natural progression from my evening wear collections, which are well known for their softly draped and diaphanous silk gowns. I approach any collaboration I do differently. Visit our website for more quotes, quoting.com.